these expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Hit the school, I can get them both, I don't wanna choose.
Hi everyone, so I wanted to come and talk about wearing a Louboutin when you're plus size. A lot of people have questions about this, and it is possible. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't wear them or they're not going to fit your feet. Because, you know, everyone's foot is different, just like everyone's body is different. Actually, I put this on Instagram, but I went to a store. Well, I don't care, I'll say who it is. I went to Neiman Marcus and I was looking for these shoes, the Pigalle Follies. And I told them my size. I wear 42 on Louboutins. In most like luxury brands, I wear 42. I just always get a 42 because I have wide feet. So I was like, yeah, do you have these in a 42? I knew they wouldn't. And he was like, I got you, girl. So then he came out with all these shoes that were not these. And he was like, see, because they're not going to fit you because of your foot. I was like, oh, okay. And then, you know, of course I left. So let's jump right into it. These are the Pigalle Follies. Now there's two different Pigalles. There's the Pigalles, the original Pigalles, which I did have those. And the cut is a little bit different on them, and they just look just a tad different, and they're actually harder to get. These are the Follies, and these are much easier to walk in, and that's why I switched them out, because the other ones I just could not do, and they were a 120. So we'll talk about that later. But these are the Pigalle 100s, so the Pigalle Folly 100s, and they're easier to walk in the original Pigalles. So for me, at least, I mean, always I suggest that you try them on, because I mean, you just never know until you try it on. And it is hard to try them, because if you are like me and you have a big foot and a wide foot, you'll probably need a 42. A lot of times they don't have them in the stores because they go so fast. The only way I was able to get these is I got on the waiting list. Actually, the way I got both of them, I got on a waiting list, and then when they emailed me, I purchased them like immediately. So that's how I got them. Oh, and then let me tell you this. If you do get a pair and say you wear them once or twice and you don't like them, you can always resell them. So I bought the Pigalles and I wore them a couple times, mainly just for pictures. I never wore them like out anywhere really. So I just wore them for pictures. So they had like really light wear and tear on them. I sold them and got probably 75 to 80% of my money back. So I didn't really feel like it was that much of a loss, because I did wear them. So I just sold them on eBay. I had my receipt, my box, and I sent them everything. So yeah, if you do need to get another pair and you already wore these, yeah, you can always sell them. Okay, so let's get into this. These are Socates, and these are a 120, but the Socates are just a little different, and to me, these are a little easier to walk in. I don't know if that's because I bought them used. I bought these on eBay for like $300. I just thought like, oh, that's a good pair to have, like a black suede, because, you know, I can wear them with a lot of things. So these are the Socate, and the toe is just a little bit different on all of these. So these are also Socates, and I actually wore these for an entire night, like at a party. So I wore them for hours, and they actually weren't that bad. They're just really high, but comfort level, I would give them like a 5, which to me, that's good. My other ones, I would give like a 2. So not comfortable at all. So, okay, so I was talking about 120, 100. Those are the different heel heights. They don't actually like break down to like exact number of inches. These are 100s. So these are about 4 in like 3/8, or there's something like that. These are more comfortable, the 100s. These are a 120. So Socates are 120, and you can see they're a little bit higher. Like, I would say 1/2 inch, between 1/2 inch and an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. higher than the 100s, but that makes a difference. Like if you're 4.5 inches and then 5 inches, it really will make a difference. So these are definitely for people who wear heels all the time. And even for me, I wear heels a lot, but they're still high for me. If you don't, you might want to do a 100, and you can go lower. The look is going to be different, obviously, with a lower heel. And I don't like that look, but some people, I mean, they're okay with it, and you're like, I want a pair, but I can't wear high heels. You can get an 85, which is going to be a little bit lower, probably like a 4-inch heel. I mean, you can go all the way down, of course, to like flats if you really wanted to. So you can get like an 85, you can do an 80, 75, and in the big sizes, those are still kind of hard to get, because I was looking for, we always look for some for my mother-in-law, and she wears like a 41, and but she likes a low heel, and they're still hard to get. So my suggestion, just get on the wait. If you find a pair you like, get on the waiting list, and then when it comes up, just be ready to check out. So let's talk about the size now. So I know my feet, and I have a couple pair of designer shoes, so I know that I always need a 42. Like, well, actually no, not always, but most of the time I'm just gonna go straight to the 42 for comfort reasons. Sometimes I can wear like a 41 or 41 and a half, but I just normally go to a 42. And a 42 technically is like a 12, but I mean, that's the size I wear, so I don't really care what size. I'm not like one of those people that's like, oh my god, I'm not gonna wear a 12, because I mean, if it fits, if the shoe fits, right? So I always get a 42. Most people just go up half the size, so I would get normally I guess I would get a 41 and a half, but my feet are wide, and these are not wide shoes. These are pretty narrow, so I just go up a whole size. But most people I know, they just go up half a size, and some people can even wear like their true size. It just all depends on your foot. Like, you have to know your foot and know kind of what you wear in like designer brands. I have a pair of Tom Ford shoes, and that was probably the first pair of designer shoes that I bought, and they're 42, and they're actually like my favorite. Like, they're so comfortable, and I wore them like to the ground. Like, I need to get another pair, but I want the same exact ones that I have. Yeah, you just have to know your foot and like try shoes on. I went to a YSL outlet the other day when I was in California, and they are true to size, so I could wear a 41 in their shoes. And they actually had some in the store. So you can usually get 41 or 41 and a half, but 42s are just kind of hard to get. So yeah, let's see. Let's talk about the bottoms. The bottoms, I mean, obviously they're going to get scratched up. I mean, it's just wear and tear. They do have rubber soles that you can get for the bottom, and what they'll do, they'll scrape all the red off. So they'll scrape the paint off, and then they'll put like a red rubber sole on the bottom. And I actually thought about doing that because it makes it more comfortable, like a little bit of a cushion on there. So I mean, I thought about doing that. I think I don't know who does it. It's somewhere, I don't know. You probably have to ask a store or something like that. But yeah, I mean, as far as the bottom getting messed, I just wore these today in some algae. It was a mess. But they even have tape on them. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about getting them dirty on the bottoms, because it's a shoe at the end of the day. These are probably, yeah, see? I mean, it doesn't matter. It just means that you're wearing them. Those aren't that bad. I would say, like, if you get the patent leather. So real briefly, I did want to talk about the patent leather. I'm really rough on pretty much everything. As far as like shoes, purses, I'm just rough. But I really don't want these to get scratched up. Like if you rub these together, they'll probably have a scratch on them, if not more than one. So I make sure that if I'm taking them with me somewhere, I try to put them in their dust bags that they come with, and just make sure like that they're not rubbing against each other or anything else, because sometimes like different materials have reactions. I had a bag that was laying against another bag, and like the color transferred on it, and it's like there's nothing you can do about that. If you scratch these, there's nothing you can do about it. So I would just be careful about that. But other than that, I mean, I think you should definitely, if you want some, I think that you should you know, start the process of researching and figuring out what size you wear, what style you would want. I mean, there's so many different styles. You can go open toe. You can get, you know, you can find out what heel height you want. You might want the 85 or the 100. Just try, you know, different pairs on. And if you're plus size, you can wear them too. Just like me, I'm very plus size. Like, I'm not on the smaller end either. I wear like a size 20, 22, so I'm definitely plus size. And I wear these, and I wear heels all the time. Oh, one little tip with wearing heels, I have a numbing spray that I use sometimes, and I spray it on my feet. It's called Dermaplast. You can also get like numbing creams and stuff like that. They help a little bit. It's not going to be like completely pain-free, but I mean, it does help a little bit if you have to stand up for long periods of time. So try stuff like that, and just like practice walking in them. And like when you get them, I would just practice walking in them and kind of stretching them out and molding them to your foot, because that makes a difference. So I hope this answered some questions for everyone, and I'm just assuring you that you can wear them. The heel's not going to break. Yeah, so if you guys have any more questions, just leave me a message or comment below, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Come back later, and I'll hopefully have something up. I'm not going to make any promises, but hopefully I will. Okay, see you later. Bye.